Amélia left her house on foot from K3 Street, in the Jardim Esplanada neighborhood of Aparecida de Goiânia. She walked along Roma Street, and at 4:32 p.m., she was seen passing in front of a bakery. Surveillance cameras captured her walking on the opposite side of the street. She then continued toward a roundabout. Another camera recorded her passing by at 4:49 p.m. From there, she walked along Orange Street for about 750 meters. Yet another security camera caught her walking. It was raining at the time, and she had her hoodie up. The last image of Amélia was taken a little further ahead, on Arminda Prate Street, at 4:57 p.m., where she's seen walking down the middle of the street. After that point, Amélia Vitória was never seen again. Witnesses located further along the route reported that she never passed by their location, which suggests to police that she disappeared during the final stretch of her walk to school. So, what really happened to 14-year-old Amélia? Let's find out. Hola, hello, and welcome to Blood and Samba, your weekly dive into Brazil's most shocking and mysterious true crime cases. If this is your type of content, please consider liking and subscribing, as we have the wildest cases coming out of Brazil. You know how sometimes you hear a story that just sticks with you? That's what happened to me with this one. Amélia Vitória de Jesus was just 14 years old. She left home to pick up her little sister from school, and never made it back. Her case shocked Brazil. Not just because of how cruel it was, but because of how familiar it felt. Because any one of us could have been her, or her family. This is one of those stories that's hard to tell, but we have to. Because Amélia deserves to be remembered. Amélia lived in Aparecida de Goiânia, a busy city in Goiás. She shared a simple life with her parents, her older brother, and her little sister. Her mom said she was always smiling. Always. She loved animals so much, she once tried to rescue a stray dog on the way to school. She dreamed of becoming a veterinarian. She was a good student. Responsible. She helped around the house. She cooked for her family. So, all round, Amélia was just a beautiful and sweet daughter that any parent would ask for. It was November 30th, 2023. Just an ordinary Thursday. That afternoon, Amélia was getting ready to walk to her little sister's school, like she did every day. Usually, she'd ride her bike, but it was broken. And it had been raining, so she decided not to take her phone. She told her aunt, "I'm just going to pick up my sister, I'll be right back." That was the last time anyone in her family saw her alive. Time passed, and her little sister called home from the school, confused. "Amélia hasn't come to get me," she said. Panic set in. Her parents called her friends, walked her usual route, checked cameras. They knew their daughter. She wasn't the type to run away. She was responsible. She had a routine. She always came back. The neighborhood school principal mentioned something that made everyone's stomach drop. She said there had been reports of a suspicious man seen near the school in the past few weeks. That was the moment they realized something was very wrong. The police got involved. Search teams were formed. Sniffer dogs, drones, firefighters, everyone joined in. Surveillance footage showed Amélia at 4:36 p.m. walking past a bakery. At 4:50, she passed a gas station. At 4:57, she was last seen on a street near a wooded area. And then, nothing. 2 days later, on December 2nd, a call came in from residents of Parque Raiola, a neighborhood nearby. Someone had seen a car stop and dump something on the sidewalk. It was a body, wrapped in a sheet. The police arrived. They noticed the clothes. Black pants, a blue sweater. They matched the ones Amélia wore that day. Her father arrived at the scene. He wasn't allowed to see her, but he recognized the pants. "I bought those pants. The hair is hers. That's my daughter," he said through tears. Later, forensic testing confirmed it. It was Amélia. She had been assaulted before her death. The news shattered her family. Her older brother blamed himself for not protecting her. Her little sister couldn't bear to go home, couldn't bear to walk into a house that no longer had Amélia in it. And her parents. Broken. Completely. The investigation quickly identified a suspect, a 47-year-old construction worker. You will soon understand why his face is blurred. Cameras showed his car near the spot where Amelia's body was found. And there was more. He had a record. He'd assaulted his 15-year-old stepdaughter the year before, and she got pregnant. Sniffer dogs caught Amelia's scent in the trunk of his car. His phone was full of disturbing, illegal content. But then, a twist. The blood found in his car didn't match Amelia's. The DNA evidence didn't link him to the crime. He was released. And just like that, the case hit a wall. Outraged, the community protested. The suspect's home was even set on fire. The governor himself said, "If anyone deserves life in prison, it's someone who does this to a 14-year-old girl." But despite all that, the man was no longer a suspect. In early December, forensic reports on Amelia's body finally came in, and they confirmed the family's worst fears. She had been a victim of sexual violence. Genetic material was found on her body, leading investigators to run a match against the National DNA database. That's when the shocking truth came to light. The DNA matched a man named Genildo da Silva Mogales, 38 years old. He wasn't just a stranger to the justice system. He had already been convicted of a similar crime back in 2017 in the city of Rio Verde. That incident had resulted in his DNA being added to the National Registry, which ultimately led to his identification in Amelia's case. What made it even more horrifying was that he had used the same method in both crimes. In 2017, his victim survived. But this time, he took Amelia's life. His arrest happened on December 5th, thanks to a brave decision made by his own family. His mother and sister noticed strange behavior around the time Amélia disappeared. He had left home acting strangely, telling his mother he didn't know if he'd come back alive. The next day, he casually mentioned he was going to repaint his bicycle. Every time news coverage of the case came on, he became visibly agitated. One day, he even tore up the shirt he wore on the day of the crime and attempted to burn it. But his sister acted quickly. She saved the fabric and handed it to the police. Investigators believe it was the emotional pressure inside his own home that led Genildo to return to the scene and leave Amelia's body where it could be found. His sister had reportedly said that the person responsible didn't even give Amelia's family the chance to say goodbye. Maybe that was what pushed him to drag her body about 20 meters to the roadside, wrapped in a sheet, so she could finally be discovered. Initially, he denied everything. But once he was confronted with the DNA evidence, he confessed. He told investigators that he had used a knife to threaten Amélia and force her into an abandoned structure, where he held her captive. There, he subjected her to abuse throughout the entire night. The next morning, he ended her life using a bedsheet to suffocate her. The scene was heartbreaking. Bloodstains, strands of hair, and her personal belongings were found scattered in the abandoned space. According to investigators, surveillance footage captured parts of her ordeal. At one point, she was seen paralyzed with fear, doing everything he told her. After the first assault, he forced her onto his bicycle and pedaled nearly 6 kilometers to the hideout, even making her get off and push the bike uphill. Once inside the abandoned building, the abuse continued for over 12 hours. The weight of what she endured is impossible to put into words. Once Genildo was behind bars, more information started to surface. Another woman came forward and revealed that just one day before Amelia disappeared, a man matching Janildo's description tried to lure her onto his bicycle. He planned to take her to the same abandoned house. Luckily, she managed to escape after flagging down a passing motorcyclist. On December 13th, the public prosecutor's office officially charged Janildo. The list of charges included triple qualified homicide, by cruelty, by ambush, and for being a gender-based crime, along with kidnapping, rape, unlawful imprisonment, and concealment of a body. The first court hearing happened in April 2024. During it, Amelia's family faced her killer via video call. His defense claimed he was mentally unfit to stand trial. But Amelia's father didn't believe it for a second. This wasn't his first crime. Justice needed to be served. Amelia's mother, devastated, spoke of the unimaginable pain she felt, a pain no mother should ever experience. During the hearing, Janildo didn't say a word. He continues in prison waiting for his sentencing, which could be between 30 and 40 years if found guilty on all charges. The community marched and protested, calling for justice and stronger laws and punishments against violence toward women. Amelia was laid to rest at the Jardim de Paz cemetery. During the burial, something miraculous happened. Just as her casket was lowered into the ground, a rainbow appeared in the sky. Her family took it as a divine sign that she was finally at peace. This case is a brutal reminder that danger doesn't always look like a monster. Sometimes, it's a neighbor, a passerby, someone we've seen before. Amelia could have been any one of us. She was walking a route she'd taken 100 times. She was picking up her sister. She was just being a big sister. But someone took advantage of that moment. Someone took her. If you found this story compelling, don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and hit the bell icon so you never miss an update on the cases we cover. Thank you for watching, and until next time, stay safe. Ciao.